like it or not, price war happens all around the world in any industry. The secret is not to fight the price war. It's to realize that you got to earn the money that people cannot see. If you need to beat all these big brands, the way that you work around it is through same product can be perceived very differently, and people will be willing to pay different prices for the same product.
If you are in e-commerce, you must watch this video. Today we have an OG in e-commerce for almost 20 years, since 2007. And I am honored to have him in our podcast to share a good insight to you. And let us welcome Andrew. All right?
Yay! And thank you, Jeff. Thank you, brother, for having me. It's an honor to be here in Ads Helpers podcast, and I've been a friend of Jeff for 4 years now already. And we just click, we think in the same way. We are geeks. Happy to meet everyone.
Yeah, I mean, like, what makes you really want to, you're really so passionate in e-commerce, and you even started your own brand, Peekaboo, right?
Yeah.
And like, what is the drive that brings you so far?
I tell you a story.
Yeah.
When a person cannot get job that time, got no choice but got to do business, right? Okay, so my backstory is I went to university in Australia.
Yeah.
Then I didn't have the money to finish the university, so I got invited to go home. Then come back, got to pay student loan, cannot get good job.
Okay.
So got to do what? Business lah.
Ah.
Then don't know how to do business, go and do something very easy, eBay.
So that turns out to be the most fortunate things that ever happened to you then.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I consider that's even better. I mean, like, if you get a job, you wouldn't be who you are today already.
Yeah, I would say so. I tried the job road, odd jobs, many different jobs. I was a full-time counselor before, and I realized that there's still a limit to how much job can bring home every month. And I knew that the income, without any good degree, I wouldn't be able to get a good enough income to take care of my family and to even live a nice, comfortable life,
But
So
many people, even if they are in that situation, they might wanted to go into maybe like insurance agents, or maybe selling properties.
or Grab.
Yeah, or Grab.
Or Grab,
driving
yeah.
Grab. So, I mean, it's not that all this industry is bad. I mean, like, of course, they are still making honest living,
Yeah.
But what makes you choose to start business and start selling things online?
Okay, I believe in being a contrarian. Don't go with the crowd. And I think maybe I should talk in the sense of coming from a perspective of audience and the people who are listening to this. Many times we get stuck because we were taught since we were young, always get a job. And we always do resumes. And how many of you out there have got apply for jobs, especially if you're 40, 50 years old? You send out a few hundred resumes, you don't even get one interview. And then that feeling, of course, doesn't feel good, right?
Yeah.
So rather than be a person who have to flow with the or for lack of a better word, be a victim of the forces out there, might as well take some control and do something. So that's what I truly believe. Always, if there's no way you can see in front, make a way for yourself.
But then why e-commerce? I mean, like, because let's say if I join insurance, or maybe I sell MLM, right? All those can make a good fortune as well. But why
E-commerce?
E-commerce, why sell product? Because obviously selling product, e-commerce, one of the most difficult things is, I mean, like, maybe sourcing, right? And not many people have the experience, and most importantly is they don't have the model and money to even test on that. So what's your advice on that?
Different strokes for different folks. Everybody will have their own passion. Some people just want to get a job. It's okay. In terms of starting business, right? It's actually not that easy, to be honest, but it can be simplified. So I just became a person who liked physical products for a very simple reason. Before we were born, until we die, there'll still be retail.
Fair.
Okay, they'll still be buying low, selling high.
Yeah, fair.
It's just the model has changed and now it's gone online. So and sell physical product, I don't need to convince the customer that they need the product.
Why say so?
If I want to sell you a software,
okay,
I must show you, convince you what the software does that's different from what other software does. If I want to sell you an ebook, I want to sell a subscription service, even if it's a simple hair salon subscription,
okay,
customer always asks like, what makes you a bit more special than the others?
correct.
But if I want to sell you a pair of Nike shoes, you already know the Nike shoes.
That's because they have brand?
Even if I don't sell you a branded item,
Okay.
so I sell you a non-stick pen.
Oh,
You know exactly what the non-stick pen is going to do for you, right?
mm,
You don't need convincing to buy a non-stick pen. All you'll see is quality, price, if it matches online prices. If the online price is cheaper than buying in the shop and it gets sent to your house, it's an easy decision.
true.
Yeah.
But if we are as a seller, we go into this game like this, which means we are going to start at, I don't know, maybe like price war.
Always happens. Like it or not, price war happens all around the world in any industry. So what I see is the secret is not to fight the price war. It's to realize that you got to earn the money that people cannot see. Okay, this is a business model thing. I learned it from China. 赚看不到的钱. So most of people, they say, look at a product, they'll say, okay, how much is the cost price, how much is the operation, how much is marketing, how much is the profit, and then they keep fighting on the profit, they keep price war, and that profit becomes so thin, correct?
Correct.
But instead of going to fight this price war and then in the end you earn so thin, think about ways of how you can earn the money that people don't directly see. And what I'm saying is building a database, doing lead generation, selling on the back end. Why not think of it in this way?
In e-commerce?
E-commerce, like you sell on Shopee, Lazada, there will always be customers who want to buy stuff.
Correct.
It's a good place where customers all congregate together and it's easy for you to sell things, and as long as it's cheap, people buy. But then that's only, I would say, one part of a 3-part framework that you can do, and the other 2 parts are what people don't usually see. Marketplaces can become a lead generation tool. There are ways, don't go into too much details, but you can get your customer to be willing to give you their name, phone number, email address. Okay, and once you get these details ready, then you can go back to them again and again to sell them new stuff. And if we got Black Friday, correct?
Correct.
Then after it will be Christmas, right?
Yeah.
But throughout the year, there are all these times where you can send out either a WhatsApp or email or Telegram for new promotions, right?
So that's what you meant. I mean, like, so you are saying that we can just easily sell really competitive items, and then collect the customer base, and we upsell them something else by that way, and in such a way that we build our own brand, build our own communities. This is by design, bro.
You see, the thing is that if we sell a product, say we start off with one low ticket item, say we sell basketball, then if a seller sells all sort of different chapalang things, different niches in one store, it becomes just a general store. But if you sell a basketball to the first customer, then you get their database. Then you upsell shoes, upsell jersey, or upsell like isotonic drink powder, or even deep heat rub.
So suggesting that it's very important for someone to choose a fixed niche in certain industry, or like certain group of customer, right? What would you suggest? Like, do you think that any niches will definitely able to sell in e-commerce, or only certain niches?
This is a subjective question because the times do change, and there will be certain products that are evergreen. There are some products that are already dead, like for example MP3 players, disrupted already. Okay, in the past, it was like records, then CDs, then DVDs, and then
Fair.
MP3 players. All got disrupted already. So if you want to go down that road, it's just collector's item. If we talk about evergreens, and this comes to the third part of the 3 steps I'm talking about, you make use of marketplace for lead gen, then you build your list of customers. You may spend advertising on the front end to get the customers to buy your first product, but when you get the customer to the third stage, which is to get them to buy from your own web store, first, the competition is not there. Second thing, you don't need to pay for any extra advertising money. And yet, right, if you design your customer journey in such a way, like the basketball example I gave you, right, you can sell them over and over again in the same niche,
Well, I think you bring up a really interesting points that many people actually they use marketplaces like Lazada, Shopee, or whatever it is. Different country got different names. All these marketplaces, they are just relying it on like, okay, so how I'm going to make money from marketplace, how I'm going to sell the product, and get somebody to buy, and then that's it. And I think that 99% of sellers stop there, right? Like they just stop there.
A huge amount, because their mind is just focused on I want to make the direct sale.
Correct.
我要赚看得到的钱. That means they only know that there's that profit margin they need to make. The more advanced seller will think about what are the things that people don't focus on. I want to make that money that people don't focus on.
Because it's like tip of the iceberg, and then it's big.
The whole iceberg. And of course, in e-commerce, do you agree one of the key things we want is the money need to come in automatically?
Yep.
And need to come in recurring. So in every product funnel that we have, right, there should be a few products that is recurring, that can sell month after month after month. Maybe can sell in set of 5, set of 10, 1 month supply, 2 month supply. But these are the kind of things that you don't get the customer buy in the marketplace because you have to pay for all the commissions. You might as well get them to buy in your own web store and you keep the regular subscription for yourself.
Yep. But do you agree that sometimes people that come in from, because since we are talking about marketplace, there's tons of ways to lead gen. And this is like new things that I heard. Like what you're suggesting is lead gen from marketplace. And do you think that those come in from marketplace are usually the people that only comparing pricing without if today they come to you, they will buy from others as well? They're just looking for the lowest price, but it's not. These are not your customer. These are Lazada, Shopee customer. So we are actually tapping on it, but they does not have deep connection with you, but they have deeper connection, deeper trust with the Lazada and Shopee. So what do you think? In my opinion, I felt like most of the audience, they connected more with the marketplace rather than that seller itself. So what do you do to move them and build the trust?
Very good question. So what you're saying is Lazada, Shopee, marketplaces, eBay, Amazon, their branding is so big, the trust level is higher.
Correct.
And then how do you get your customer to trust you?
Yeah, because if if I always buy from Lazada or Shopee, so I will always go back to there to buy rather than buy separately from a seller
this comes down to familiarity. And yes, the branding may be big in all those marketplaces. After let's put it this way, let's say we do it in a normal retail shop setting. I'm your customer, I come in one time, I get to buy your product. But you are the seller, you get to know who am I a person, I come in again, you remember my name. Then the third time I come into the shop, you remember what I bought the last time, and you say, hey, I know you bought this, right? I got something new that will complement you, or it could be better. Would I as a customer be impressed with you for remembering me?
Yeah, for sure.
Same thing online. So I can go to a marketplace to buy something, but I bought from you, the seller. Marketplace is like a shopping mall only. But then I bought from you, a seller, and you took the trouble to come and remember who I am, when it's my birthday, what did I last buy, and then you recommend me to say, hey, last time you bought this, now you might want to take a note of this. It's a cheaper price, better quality. then I would say, oh, this guy understands who am I. Let me try another round of purchasing from this seller. And let's face it, most customers are attracted to a good low price and a good discount. So if it's a good quality product at a lower discount that can have a regular subscription, right? If the customer is going to use it on a month-to-month basis, customers would consider buying from you because they are using it anyway. They're like your brand. You get what I'm saying here?
Yep.
There is no right or wrong way, and we are talking about the trust level here. What I would say is get the familiarity between buyer and seller done first, so the buyer remembers who your company name is, your brand is. Then you as the seller go to the customer to say, how can I introduce you something a bit premium? Okay, and that relationship is no longer on the marketplace. The relationship is between you and the customer already.
So like we reach out them with WhatsApp or reach out them with emails and stuff like that.
Exactly. And that what I see is the real recurring income.
Correct. So what you are suggesting here is, I mean, like, are you strongly recommend that if anyone that start their e-commerce business, they should make use of all these marketplace to start and then to do lead gen, rather than how about if they start their own brand, they have a product and then they run ads to their own e-store without all these marketplace? Like, do you think that will work nowadays?
There are different models that you can use. Let's think of it this way. You start your own web store. You create your own Shopify store. You load it up with all your products, and they are good products. At the end of the day, one key thing you must have is traffic, correct?
Yeah.
And if you have your online store and you're new, you don't have your SEO, people can't find you. So the easiest way, spend money on advertising on Facebook and on Google. But my question to you is, do you guarantee that the clicks come in, your profit would be able to cover even the ad spend? Is there a guarantee?
Yeah, but that's why we got to do product testing and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, and many times as a newbie with very limited resources, right, that becomes a big question mark. How much money in advertising do I need to spend before I make my first sale? And if I make my first sale, can my profit from the sale even cover the advertising cost that I already spent?
Yep.
So that is a possible loss right from the beginning. But if you sell on a marketplace, the marketplace, you sell something that people already want to buy and are willing to pay money for. Even though your profit margin is very small, 5% profit margin, compare that to spending money on ads that you don't know whether will you cover the ads. Isn't that 5% profit margin, or even a 3%, or even if it's a break even, still better than losing money on your own website?
But nowadays, for your product to stand out in marketplace, you still need to run ads. You still need to pay the platform.
Yes.
So it's the same, right?
The difference is in the ROAS. If you go to a Facebook ad or Google ads, right, your ROAS is 1x, 2x.
Yep.
But if you use a marketplace ad, the ROAS...
So you got more numbers.
You got more numbers. ROAS can be 4x, and I even have students who hit 25x.
Wow.
For ROAS. So you understand the difference really.
Well, that makes sense then.
Yeah. And
you are saying that both need to spend money, both need to spend ads.
Yeah.
But to start off in Lazada, Shopee, because the traffic itself is ready to buy.
Yeah.
So it's much more easier for them, easier and higher ROAS, for people to start and then to break even, faster. And to collect customer base faster. Yeah,
that's only the beginning part, because the real money is in the back end.
Yeah.
And what I mentioned earlier, right? Getting the customer to buy a cheap product, then getting their database, building the relationship, then selling a subscription model at the back end, right? That itself ensures more sustainability.
Yeah,
and
but actually,
all your ads are worthwhile already.
For me, I strongly agree in that, because I always teach my own students also. First, you got to figure out all the ways to build the traffic.
Yeah.
And next, you got to figure out all the ways to make them interested in buying it. I mean, like, traffic is first, and then next is engage and the desire, and really they really like it. After they buy, then it's about locking. And I believe that subscription is the next it's actually like literally one of the model that I love the most.
Yeah.
Like if today you want to sell pets food, if today you want to sell hair care, or like even fashion, right? I've seen people do fashion with subscription. I mean, subscription model is one of the most beautiful things that I ever seen. I mean, like in business. But of course, right? It's not something new.
Yeah.
It's not something new.
Yeah.
And many people actually started not doing subscription nowadays,
Yeah.
but they are like doing one-off things.
Yeah.
Do you think that it's because time change, or trend change?
Yeah.
Or do you think that subscription model will still works, but just we get to do different way? What's your idea?
Trend change because competition change.
Yeah.
Competition is getting higher, so the way of doing business is no longer that straightforward already. It used to be you open a shop, if you are the only shop selling the item, poof, you get the customers coming in already. But nowadays, the moment you start something new, within 1 month, shop 2, shop 3, shop 4, shop 20 starts to appear, and then there's all that price war competition. Then the next level up, so level 1 is there are actually 5 levels, to this growth of the marketplace. So in the first level, you just need to have a unique product. At the second level, you have competition, so you fight based on price and discounts. Then on the third level, it's no longer about price war, it's about what are the unique qualities you have in your product that make the customer choose you over the other person. But when it goes to the fourth level, it's no longer about price, it's no longer about quality, it's no longer about the ingredients. It's about the user experience. Then that's where your story to get the customer, if your story makes the customer feel like you understand their pain points, then after that, because you understand their pain points, they feel that they will be open to listen to your solution. And that's only level 4. But in our level 5 right now, which is what's changing in the world trend, is customers don't buy from you just because you got a good product or you understand me. Customers are buying your product because they feel like they are a part of your mission.
That reminds me on one quote, I think it's from Russell Brunson. I mean, correct me if wrong. Don't start a brand, start a movement.
Exactly. And the world is not caught up to level 5 yet. Right now, if you talk about marketplaces, Shopee, Lazada, they still call it level 2. But if we are as entrepreneurs, we understand that the world has changed to level 5. Where can we truly give the customer a level 4 or level 5 experience? On our own websites, on our own communities. And this is where you earn another form of income that you cannot see, that the public don't see. And they call it 看不到的钱 again. So just think about this. You go to Starbucks, does Starbucks always ask you to top up the loyalty card?
Sometimes.
Okay, in Malaysia, I noticed they don't push it that much.
Yes.
But in Singapore, they push it. So it's like, are you a member? Do you have a Starbucks card? Would you like to top up? My question to you here, let's think further. In Starbucks revenue, do you think there'll be a huge percentage of their revenue is unused credits in Starbucks cards?
Definitely. It's huge. I mean, like, those are already sales.
Isn't that another money that the competition don't see, and it's a money only exclusively to you if you decide to have a loyalty card?
Yeah.
But the thing about loyalty cards is, if you sell as a commodity, it doesn't work. It doesn't sell. People don't buy a loyalty card just for the sake of the loyalty card. The first round of advertising that you do has got only one purpose: to get all your traffic coming in.
Yep.
And once your traffic trusts you, the keyword is trust again, they bought from you, the customer experience is good, then you sell them a loyalty card. Then you say, whatever you buy from my store in this particular specialized niche is going to be cheaper than what you buy out there. Then people are willingly paying you the subscription card.
Yeah, I think it's always what is in consumer mind. Because in consumer mind, if you're selling a loyalty card, they got to be thinking like, I'm going I'm coming here every day or I'm coming here often anyways.
Yeah.
But if they are not feeling that,
Yeah.
so it makes no sense if you sell anything about loyalty card, loyalty programs
Yeah.
to them, because I'm not coming back. I'm not sure when I'm going to coming back.
Yeah.
But unless maybe it's like, hey, you have a loyalty card now, and then I'll free you something really valuable that immediately the person want.
That's a hook.
That's a hook and get them.
The in my opinion, the fundamental is still a core product. The core product need to be something that people already want and people will come back regularly. As long as your core product is better than what they see as the top brands out there, this is subjective lah. If you have to do it correctly, okay, then the customer likes you, they come back to you often again.
Do you think that this is a very long journey? I mean, like for a consumer to come in from a traffic and like you, buy from you, and then become your loyal customer. Do you think that this would be a too long journey for a starter business owner to think about it, to plan ahead? Or they should always focus like, hey, let's just focus on the traffic first, then when the customer base is big, then let's focus on the customer retention, on this kind of loyalty? Or do you think that they should plan ahead of everything? They should already see it, how they want to make the money from day one?
Depends on the seller or the entrepreneur. Are they doing this business for the sake of side income and pocket money alone? Or are
Cash
they
flow,
doing
right?
this cash flow lah? Or are they truly doing this business to say, I want something longevity that I can pass down to my children or sell it out to another brand aggregator to buy?
So again, it's a long game or short game, right?
And begin with the end in mind, I would say. If your objective is only a few thousand extra pocket money to supplement your full-time income, you don't need to put all the whole shebang.
Just make sure that you make money from you have big traffic, you have a good product, and then you can even if you only making like $1 each item, so you got 1 million people buying.
Even if you sell very ordinary products that are cheap, right, you will get the objective already.
True.
Want to hear an example? You all know what is 金针菇 or not? Enoki mushroom.
Yes.
China has got those small little packets of enoki mushroom.
We call it see you tomorrow,
What see you tomorrow?
Because whatever you eat in, and you will see it.
Oh, okay. My goodness. Yes. There is a. I don't want to go down that road already. Okay, but here's the thing, one packet sells around 56 cents. The seller sells 20 packs at one go. And we have market research data to tell us all these statistics. 1 month sells 10,000 packets. Right? And the net profit for this is 17% per pack. Is that a pretty good profit margin?
Fair.
Okay?
It's a
But
fair
of course, it's small amount. 10,000 packets a month? So let's do the calculation. How much is there? 56 cents,
1,000 something.
Let's do the math. So for our audience, okay? So 56 cents, 17% profit margin. That's 9.5 cents times 10,000 packets per month. Okay? Every month, net profit 952 Sing dollars.
Yeah.
Okay? This is on a no-brainer product. So if you do sell a combo product, so for example, if you sell aromatherapy diffuser that has got a subscription of aromatherapy oil, and aromatherapy oil got the lower grade one and the higher grade one, that becomes a lead-in product with a subscription model.
Yeah.
And the profit margin for the aromatherapy diffuser is around 22%.
Yeah, but I think the difference is market education. Because the aromatherapy, you need education, you need to tell people how good it is, but the mushroom does not need.
Mushroom does not need.
Like you just eat it, right? If you like it, you eat it. Just something, same things like durian, If you sell durian, you like it, you like it. If you don't like it, then you don't buy it. But you don't really need a lot of market education. So I always say that market education equivalent to your cost in advertising. I mean, like the higher the market education needed,
Yeah.
the more costing is
Agree.
in your product. But I think that if the aromatic oil, I don't think that it can sell as good as easy as the mushroom, right?
Yeah, and there are really a lot of all these no-brainer products out there. So if it's really just a few thousand extra per month,
Do you think
right?
that the aromatic
That one
oil
a little bit
that is
middle level,
there's
higher
middle
level.
higher
Yeah,
already, right?
you just need to go to the bestseller list,
Uh-huh.
and you look at what are the forever bestsellers. Nutella, Milo,
Yeah.
okay, forever bestsellers. Or even if you look at the non-branded stuff, okay, forever bestsellers are makeup brush,
Yeah.
tissue
No-brainer.
paper,
No education needed.
no education needed,
Yeah.
okay, cotton buds, or those kind of toothpicks that we've had with a dental floss on the toothpick itself.
Yeah.
These kind of things are bestsellers. So if it really comes down to objective lah. If the person really just wants pocket money, just take what's on the bestseller list, calculate the profit margins to know that every single transaction you are making money, put in all the costings factor lah. I've got a profit calculator that does that now. So once you do your research before you spend any money to buy any stocks, right? You really confirm that every transaction you're gonna make, how much, how many percent, every 30 days, how many get sold, right? You already know this is a 保价, sure win already.
So for those that you want the profit calculator, find out Andrew, follow his Instagram, and just go ahead and follow his Facebook or whatever TikTok, like the channel, social media, or maybe even LinkedIn, right? Whatever that you think is resonate with you.
Yeah.
So just go ahead and follow Andrew, right?
Yeah. So my philosophy is don't throw away money unnecessarily. That's why calculate to see every transaction you make money. Only when you know that every transaction, we call it unit matrix. Every transaction you're making money, then you can scale up. And your scale up can be first product, then after second, third, fourth product related to first product that you can sell to the same customer. That is already a pool of income, and it's already a specialized shop. Doesn't have to be a big shop, maybe 10 products in a shop.
Well, I think it comes to many people fail in their e-commerce is because they don't capable in choosing the right product. And I think because the capability of choosing the right product is they don't understand the education level in the market, like what we just discussed just now. Some are no-brainers, like it's not about the deals. A lot of people they thought that it's about the deal, how good the deal is, how good the offer is. No, it's actually a lot of time it's not about that. It's about the product itself. You need a lot of education. Sometimes people thought that, hey, I need some new product. I need some really fancy product, or some things that serve a super big purpose, and they try to go into that business, and eventually because the product itself needed a lot of market education. The consumer need to be educated about that. And then they don't have the cash flow, they don't have the money, they don't have the time to educate the consumer, and then that's why they fail in not just e-commerce, in any business. I mean, like in online or in offline, the moment they fail to see this, they just fail.
I answer in two levels, okay? The most basic level, if you are just looking for pocket money, we have softwares that can tell you exactly what people want to buy and are willing to pay money for, and all you need to do is to calculate, and you give them what they want. You make the money just by selling the product. That is at a most basic level. But if you talk about longevity, how do you make yourself stand out among the competition? It's no longer about fighting the product or finding, it's no longer about the product. It's always about the customer's problems and how you solve it. And let me put it in this way. We all know what's red ocean and what's blue ocean.
Correct.
Many people think that you need to create a unique blue ocean, then you start to get customers to come to you. What through experience I observe is blue oceans come out from red oceans.
Well, that's Interesting.
Okay,
It's true.
I explained to you.
Because we just need to offer in a different angle.
Variation. Exactly. So let's put it in a very systematic way or structured way of thinking. Many newbies come in, what product to sell? Okay, which one will make money? They are always thinking of what product to sell, which one will make money. But if we change the angle to who is the target audience you are serving, what's the pain point that they have, then you start to ask the question, okay, these customers already spending money to buy whose product? Who are these best sellers that they're buying from? And if you look at all these different brands that they are going to buy already, look at the negative feedback. You can go to Amazon, you can go to eBay. Look at what's the negative feedback of the best seller. Do you agree within the negative feedback is your opportunity to create a better product?
Yep, of course.
And from there, think about variations. And if you got variations that you can create, then now send the brand story out to talk about it and talk about the pain points of the customers. Then that story becomes the attraction to people who are using other people's products to now choose your product. I give you a real example. Let's play around Q&A on this, okay? You've seen before wheelchairs?
Yep.
Wheelchairs nowadays, you see out there, do wheelchairs have suspensions?
Oh, no.
No, right?
No way.
Okay, most of our aging population, they are not fully like wheelchair bound. They can walk, but they are weak, so they got to stand, sit, use walking frame. Old folks Are there old folks who are big and fat?
Correct. Yeah.
And when they cannot walk, or you don't care big and fat or what but key thing is your legs are weak and you are sitting down on your wheelchair. What is always the moment before sitting down on a wheelchair?
Yeah. It's
Boom.
Correct.
And where gets hurt?
The back.
The back. The wheelchair also gets hurt. Means you got to keep buying a wheelchair every year because every day,
Good recurring, man.
boom, 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 the wheels get spoiled and all this kind of thing. So the innovation is what?
Yeah,
Just put a suspension.
Yeah.
And
I think maybe there is some electric wheelchair that have that, but I think most of the wheelchair does not have that.
We make it budget, low level entry lah. Don't go for tech. Don't go for sync to your app. That kind of thing lah. But the most very
Just
basic.
a freaking wheelchair. Why do I need an app? Alright.
Yeah, and who will make that variation for you? The exact factory that's making the current wheelchair.
I think you made a point that many people miss out here is they always thought that if I choose a product, that product got to have a USP, unique selling point.
Yeah.
But I always say this, I say USP is bullshit. I mean, nowadays, any products can be unique. No. But it's the solution, it's the problem that you're solving, like you was explaining, is the solution that you are providing, the purpose that you created for them. Like, hey, you buy this product is you want to solve this purpose. You want to solve this problem, and this is a purpose. That's why you need to buy this product. It's not about the unique selling point, about like the features, this is the special A, special B, special C. All these are, to me, is pointless, because we can easily find competition in any products. There will be competition. So if we're selling at unique selling point, we cannot sell. But I think that if we are selling at this problem and solution, yes, shut up and take my money. That's way.
Agree. Let's go deeper on this, right? It's all about the money again. If you keep pushing a product, you keep spending on education, throwing the money to advertise, correct? At the end of the day, it's called very hard money. But if you just find the problem and give the solution, and that's where the money comes in easy. Something just came up to my mind. When we talk about marketing 101, marketing 101 is always find the headache or give them the headache and sell them the Panadol, correct? That's marketing 101. Right? Marketing 102 is like find the headache, sell them the Panadol, and show them people who have used the Panadol and it solved the headache.
Yep.
So instead of focusing on the product and keep pushing product, might as well find a problem solution model.
I think that's the things that many people misunderstand about the USP. I mean, I believe that USP is supposed to be on the solution, not
Yeah.
on the features itself.
Yeah.
So, what's your opinion if today, for a starter, right?
Mm.
If today they want to start a business that by choosing all these products,
Yeah.
first we know that just now we discussed, if you want to choose a product, if you want to start a business, you got to choose a no-brainer product, like less education possible, and leverage on Lazada, Shopee, and bring in the traffics.
Yeah.
So how they should decide on the product they want to start? I know it's no-brainer, but where can they get this clue? Like, what is the things? So that's so many things. I mean, like, they couldn't go in and sell toothpicks, right?
Yeah.
So
Start off with something. If we're talking about really a long-term business one, right? Start off with something that you are passionate in.
agree. I always say that.
Yeah,
Agree.
and I'm trying to bridge what I teach with what you teach as well. Because if it's just a no-brainer selling tissue paper, diapers, sanitary pads, all this kind of thing, it's always product churning. If we want to talk about something long-term that we feel we just carve a niche and we attract customers to come to us, right? Then I'll still say go with your passion. But don't go with your passion blindly. That I just like this and I go for it. Business success is done by design. I think in our conversation today, we already established that already. And the design needs to be planned out very clearly. What is your customer journey from beginning to end? And if the main point is how do we design or find a product, right? At the end, look at something that's relevant to your own life. And if you know that you got this problem to solve, or you got people in your family that are problem to solve, because the solution solves your own problem, you are more passionate in selling it. And your job is really to find other people who feels the pain that you feel.
Yep, I strongly agree in that, because if it's not passion, you can't find the problem.
Yeah.
If you are not passionate in it, you are not doing it every day.
Yeah.
So most likely you won't really solve a real problem.
Yeah.
And you won't able to feel and speak the language of that audience.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. True. Want to hear an example?
Yeah, sure.
Passion. Like during COVID that time, one of my students, he suddenly got twins. Okay, and suddenly the burden on him is, how do I solve twin problems all of a sudden? Double the food, double the stroller, and all this kind of thing, right? And one of his main concerns was, I also don't have money to. I'm concerned, not say don't have money. I'm concerned about how long my money can sustain if I got to take care of 2 children at one go, right? So all these things started to go into his mind, and we were just chatting. And I said, hey, why don't you think about finding a solution to solve your problem and making money with the solution that you created? So later I said, okay, since my life now, I need to solve these twin problems, right? They started to go and research, right? Transformable strollers from single to double.
Oh, okay.
So that became, in the end, he didn't even need to create his own transformable stroller, you know. What he did was he went to China and he went to look at all the baby fairs and already got stroller that is designed for 2 at one go. And it's a very simple device, you know. It's like the sitting has got either you turn to face forward, that means for single, or you turn to face sideways where you can put 2 babies. It's a simple device, you know. And that simple device, he just decided to take and put his own brand on it. And that's it.
And start making money.
And start making money from that, solving his own problem, and then telling people that he solved this problem for parents with twins or parents with 2 babies that are very close to age with each other. So in the end, that product didn't just solve his problem, it solved his monetary concerns as well. Now he can make money giving a solution.
So what we are talking about here is turn your problem into an opportunity.
Yes.
That's very interesting. I think that we need more about this, and we will definitely hear more about this kind of story, because as the AI hits, many people is going to lose their job. The world is transforming and changing really, really quickly. What's your opinion? Like, let's say if the AI hits,
that's a whole other spectrum of topics altogether. AI can very simply now with ChatGPT can give you variations of ideas. Go and type in, I got this problem, I got twins, and I got a stroller. I don't know what can I say. I'm thinking of doing double stroller, transformer stroller. Then ask ChatGPT, can you give me variations of ideas of how I can make this? And poof, ChatGPT will give you
to
lot
me,
of answers.
This is a golden time ever to make business, to start business and to make money, because with AI helps, we can generate not just ideas. We can generate from A to almost Z everything, and get the material ready, get the videos ready, get the banners, ads. Like in AdShopper, we also got this ads creation with AI, landing page creation with AI, even the settings with AIs. So literally, we can start any business by just throwing it. Hey, today I felt this problem, today I facing this problem, and I don't seems to find any solution. Just throw that problem into AI, like you say, like turn problem into opportunity, and then generate the opportunity, the solution, and start selling. But how about sourcing? With, let's say, do you think that AI can help in sourcing?
Sourcing still requires a lot of physical work. Okay. Yes. AI can suggest to you what to create, but AI nowadays don't recommend you who are the suppliers. In the past, we can say, for this particular product, can you tell me who are the suppliers, top suppliers in China for this particular product, and they'll give you the factory names, But nowadays, I think it's because of IP, or I don't know what kind of rights issue. ChatGPT will give you answer, we cannot give you these names, but we can teach you how to go to Google, and you start to find these kind of solutions. And I find that that gap about sourcing is not a tech solution yet. It's still an art, because we can use the tech to find what are the blue oceans from red oceans, problems that customers have, and the shebang that I mentioned earlier. Sourcing that part still requires you to go and look for who's the supplier who can provide that idea that you want. And that requires you to know what you want, go and meet the supplier who knows how to give you the minimum viable product, first prototype. Then your artistic mind or your problem solution mind will need to think about, can this particular product beat the competition? What kind of variations or what kind of ingredients can I put into the original product that make it now my USP? And this whole entire thing is not so much a science by ChatGPT, but an art of understanding the problem and
it's come back to the passion. How much you understand about the problem, how much you understand about the needs, and you will definitely know the right source if the person provide the right things. But if we are like, let's say if I'm a man, I know nothing much about women, then suddenly I want to jump into women products, then I might need a lot of studies, and looking for the solution and sourcing. That's what you mean, right?
And it comes back to what passion, and do what's the smart thing to do lah. Choose something that you know, rather than the saying goes, okay, you can be the best fisherman, but if we bring you to a pond that has got no fish, the best fisherman in the world has got no use.
Wow, that's a well saying.
So that's why if you are selecting an industry, go with something that you are passionate, be the best fisherman, but also go to an industry where you know that there is recurring sales, and do something that you are good at.
But speaking of sourcing, right? lately I found one new trend is the supplier itself, especially a supplier from China.
Yeah.
They are really competitive until they won't ask you what's they won't ask for the MOQ. They
Yeah.
say whatever figures that you need. They can even give you a lot of like free sample, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And do you think that the trend in future is going to get easier and easier to source product?
I believe someday AI will also take over that. I truly believe someday, with the correct prompts and when the industry gets matured, where factory sellers are also tapped into the
Database.
one day the entire ecosystem for sourcing can be done seamlessly. In
This
fact,
is
I
going
would
to
say
be
it's
really,
already
really
happened.
fast,
It's already happening already.
Oh.
It's just how soon the entire industry will get disrupted by AI.
So what's your advice for those those that being affected by all this disruption? Because many people is definitely going to lose job, but again, a new problem is always a new opportunity. So what's your suggestion to them?
Sourcing, I still would say go down physically to the wholesale centers to see, go down to the trade shows to see. Nothing can replace an experience that you feel inside and you subconsciously know. The AI is still an external tool.
Yep.
And it's something that you see on the screen. You won't be able to get the full experience until you talk, you see, you feel, you touch the manufacturing. Then you can make an informed decision of what is my design and my product that I want to create my brand on. So we clear that out, okay? It still needs to go to China for the experience. The job part, I'm also concerned. Like we look at the news nowadays, jobs are being disrupted. People are losing jobs because of AI. And I'm concerned that my children also needs to pivot and adjust very quickly to this world.
Yep.
In schools, they are still being taught about jobs. Going and do your resume, submit your job application. I do foresee that the gig economy is going to rise. I do foresee that freelancing is going to rise, and individual skills are going to be individual entrepreneurs just providing a service. The designer, the tech guy, the copywriter can be 3 different bosses but come together in an ecosystem to provide solutions to a customer. And with AI, with even companies laying off staff because they have been replaced by AI, for those people, my advice is learn to start a side hustle quickly. You are going to get disrupted, like it or not. Going back to the job market is highly competitive already. And nowadays, I cannot provide all the answers. I cannot provide from an e-commerce angle. Starting your own brand, using what we talked about today, marketplace, database, to your own web store, creating a brand, regular subscription. Think of it as you only need to create one business that gives you that becomes a cash cow. And if your lifestyle is not the kind of, you need super lavish lifestyle, maybe you just want to take care of your family, you need only 10,000 to 20,000 ringgit a month. Sing dollars, maybe 10,000 Sing dollars a month. That's a good, comfortable life where you got shelter, you got car, the food is taken care of, you can travel. If you don't require that kind of big, lavish lifestyle, one e-commerce brand can churn you that kind of income that takes care of your family already. Okay? I like to use examples, and true story. You all know what's a sonic toothbrush or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
About it.
Sonic toothbrush, the big brands are Oral-B. You know Zenyum. Okay, you know all these brands, right? The cost of it is not that high. It's probably, if you look at Oral-B, $190, that kind of thing, right? The cost of it is usually around 30 only, maximum, with private label packaging and all this kind of thing. The difference is Oral-B's already got a big brand. And then if you need to beat all these big brands, the way that you work around it is through perception of the customer. Okay, same product can be perceived very differently, and people will be willing to pay different prices for the same product. Okay, and I want to explain to you this very important mindset with a story first. There was one day a young boy who wanted to know his own self-worth, and he went to look for a master. And the master said to the young boy, you take this piece of rock from the garden and you go down to the marketplace, and then when people ask you how much, you only put up 2 fingers. Okay, but you're not to sell this, you're just to put up 2 fingers. So he went down and he did this, and people were willing to pay him $20 for the stone, which made him think like, wow, it's a worthless piece of rock that I took from the garden, and people willing to pay $20 for it. So he went back to the master and asked what's the meaning of self-worth there. So then after that, master said, wait, next day you take the same rock, you go down to museum, and then when you sell it, people ask you how much it is, right? You do this as well, put the word to. And this time people were willing to pay him $2,000 to take that piece of rock or to make it into a sculpting raw material. And he was like fascinated. He went back to the master. Master, what's the real meaning of self-worth there? Then the master said, wait, now day 3, you go down to the antique shop this time. Okay, and you go to antique shop, same thing, when people ask you how much, right? Put up 2 fingers. So this time round, he put up 2 fingers. People were willing to pay him $2,000, you know, and even get a bidding until $20,000, you know, and still he didn't sell. So, and the reason why they wanted is we thought it was like a collector's item that has got history and all that, right? And can be taken and made into something else, okay, or collector's item or artwork lah. So anyway, went back to the master, and master's main moral of the story to teach the young boy about self-worth is your self-worth is like the rock. It's got nothing to do with what is the rock, but it's the perceived value of the rock. And your perceived value has got to do with the environment that you're placing yourself in. You put yourself in the high level environment, your value goes up. Of course, the story has got to do with hanging around with correct friends and network people to elevate your net worth and all that lah.
Yep.
And I take this story and I think it in a products world, you know. Okay, you sell on Shopee, Lazada, it's like the marketplace. You sell it on your own brand, it's like you have your own museum, that one. But if your brand is recognized by a community, it's like the antique shop.
Yep.
Okay?
Fair.
And let's use real story, Sonic toothbrush, right? All these big brands out there, Oral-B, Zenya models, they're already selling $100 over, that kind of thing. Now, my friend come in with his new brand, and his new brand, the cost price is all the same. Now, what he did was very beautiful packaging with good brand story, and he made use of influencer marketing. Yes, he did spend money on the influencers. Those are top influencers to create jingles, brand story, and the rule of 7, you know, to retain in customers' mind. And all this got propagated over the internet. And what came back was he was able to sell it for 190 Sing dollars.
Wow.
Ringgit, 400 ringgit for Sonic toothbrush. Where if you buy it on Shopee, Lazada, it will be around 200 ringgit only. But why is he able to sell at that kind of premium for the same product, you know? Perceived value difference. And that's how his business took
I guess
off.
maybe it's like they educate the market differently. They, you know, like
Educate the market differently.
They put in a lot of efforts in telling the brand story, telling the, you know, why is it difference, and telling, you know, like this is a new solution to whatever the problem is.
The world is illogical. Marketing is illogical. Whatever is sticky that makes people feel an emotion that they want it, they want it. And that's the main point of what my friend did with the toothbrush. We have another example. You know what's Labubu, right? Do you know how Labubu got started?
I never studied about that. Tell me about it.
You know Blackpink?
Yes.
You know Lisa from Blackpink?
Yep.
One post. Poof, Labubu became so famous for Pop Mart.
Alright. That's the origin?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And then now Labubu is not just the soft toy, it's the figurine, it's on bags, it's on plates,
Everywhere.
kiddie stuff, all sorts of places.
Influencer marketing,
Yeah. How long did it take?
Just a few months.
Exactly. Okay. So marketing can be illogical. It's all perceived value. If you know how to place your value in the correct marketplace and place the value in the correct perception, you can sell premium.
So you are saying that anyone should start their e-commerce as either their long game or short game, or like just a side hustle.
Yeah, decide where you want to
should
play
do.
first. Decide you want to play in the marketplace or the museum or the antique shop. Decide where you want and design your entire business journey based on the end goal that you want. Yeah, and there is a different level of playing for anyone who needs. It's just different models.
I think it's really informative. I think we discussed and cover a lot of things. Any other things that we miss out of? Anything that we think that we can discuss also?
Could be another second round because I do feel the desperation in the market that's disrupted by AI, and I really have piece of advice. Don't just depend on one job. Go and decide whatever side hustles you want to do, right? It doesn't have to be e-commerce.
But bro,
it just needs to be multiple streams of income.
You see, if everyone also start the e-commerce, the market is going to be
oversaturated.
Yeah, oversaturated and more.
That's a very common question people have.
Yeah.
And I answer it by an analogy. You all know chicken rice, right? Before we were born, chicken rice exists or not?
Yeah.
After we die, chicken rice still exists or not?
It's going to be better.
The most expensive chicken rice got how many variation? White chicken, roast chicken, soy sauce chicken.
Just that few. Yeah.
Okay. Most expensive chicken rice in Singapore, we got this restaurant called Chatterbox. 25 Sing dollars for a plate of chicken rice. Cheapest chicken rice you've ever eaten.
3 ringgit 50 cents.
Even
now they
still
right?
have. Still have, right?
Still have.
Singapore is $3.50. Right? Difference in currency, number the same.
But well, like Malaysia 3 times cheaper.
That depends on our cost of living, alright. My main question here is, do all chicken rice sellers take home an income and still able to feed their families?
Yes, for sure.
So the question is not about saturation. Is, are you in the game in the first place? Are you a seller in the first place?
Think too much, right?
Yeah.
That's like think too much and is it saturated? Come on, just start selling. So that's what you meant.
It's a problem with overthinking. It's called our kiasu kiasi mentality. Afraid to lose, afraid to die. We must know exactly whatever we do that we will confirm guarantee will make money. Then we put the money in. But then by that time, right, everybody else who have the entrepreneurial spirit already gone and make money. Wow, you are still thinking.
I mean, like worst case, you make less money.
Yeah.
In good case, you make tons of money. I mean, either way, you still make money. I mean, maybe worst case,
you lose money.
A little bit money.
You lose money.
Let's say if you start like with 1,000 or maybe 10,000. Worst case, you lose the 10,000 and you go back to a job or maybe drive a Grab.
Yeah.
You will collect the money.
Can
back
you
in
afford to
one day.
lose? That's the thing. If you already set a budget to say this is my budget, win, lose, I learn the correct way, which is how to make money by not losing money, calculate properly like what we talked about before. And if you already know your baseline is you will lose this budget, then if you're able to live with it, go for it all out. The worst thing is penny pinching. You put in as $10,000 or $20,000 as a budget, then you spend $1,000, you get afraid. Oh, 1,000, 2,000, you get afraid. That just pulls you back. Might as well just say 10,000 is the budget. I plan everything based on 10,000.
Yeah, wasted, I learned something. I take it like I go to college, I pay
Yeah.
college, I learn a lesson, but
Yeah.
this is super valuable lesson, and
Yeah.
at least I started, at least I tried, and then I will make money back, and I will try again and try again, not
Yeah.
just like, oh, I tried it once already,
Yeah.
then that's it. Selling things, e-commerce is not something for me.
But what's the best case scenario?
Yes.
You don't need to worry about money for the rest of your life. Because you set
That's it.
up a process, a system, or maybe call it a machine that makes you money. Right? So business has got mentors. There are people who will teach you how to do it the correct way. Go lah, learn lah.
I always say this in entrepreneurship, it's actually never too difficult like we imagined, or like, of course there's a lot of risk, but there's also a lot of people that willing to pull you up, brings you up, because people that walk through the hardship,
Yeah.
usually, I mean, of course, there's also some shitty people out there that never want to share, but I think there's a big group of people that willing to share, willing to help. But the problem is, will you allow yourself to be helped?
Yeah. And we come back to a very fundamental. Life is hard. You need to choose your hard.
Yeah, you stay comfortable, you already hard.
You
jump
get
out.
married also is hard. You don't get married also hard. You got job also hard. No job also hard.
Yeah, choose your heart.
Choose your heart.
Yeah.
You
You stay at home and then that hard, or you want to hustle a lot of money and have that hardship as well.
Yeah.
But at least I think one is moving and changing and experience different things, and elevating not our own life as well. Maybe we are hard, but we make it easier for our kids in future. We make it easier for our parents. I mean, one day they will fall sick, one day they will pass away, but at least the things that they're going to enjoy will be different, rather than just
the reward is always there.
Yeah, the reward is always there.
Yeah. I also want to say to our audience here, one step at a time. Don't need to overwhelm yourself, right? Ultimately, there is a goal. The reward for e-commerce, the reward is automatic income. Because the moment we outsource our operations to fulfillment centers, software take care of the auto sync between marketplace to the delivery center, all these things can be automated. You can sleep until 12 noon. The order come in, somebody will pack and deliver for you. Ultimately, we can get there. It just takes a bit of effort to say, hey, let's make it happen now.
Yeah. So guys, if you want to learn more in e-commerce, right, check out Andrew, or maybe if we have a link down there, go ahead and click the link. And let's see, I will discuss with Andrew how we can collaborate further to benefit each one of you. And hopefully then you can make a fortune out from your e-commerce, your own brand, building up your own brand, and make a fortune, and enjoy at the peak together.
And I got to acknowledge Jeff here as well, because he makes e-commerce easier with the ads helper tool, with even the new AI, which he showed me earlier. It's like mind-blowing. It's just going to make the entire journey easier. What used to take 3 months can now be done in 1 day. So that's what Jeff is providing us with right now, all the solutions on how to have an end-to-end for marketing. And thank you, Jeff, for that.
Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you. Thank you, brother.
Thank you.